Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Report Uncut. I'm not sure if you saw the video, but Christine Lagard, she's the leader of the European Central Bank. She was discussing setting up this digital euro and said it needs to be done quickly. So somebody prank called her, pretending to be, old zelinky, and they were asking and saying that the protesters, so the people that were upset about this, didn't want to be controlled by this digital currency. And she said that there will be controls. It's interesting the wording they use because they always try to use like a scare tactic. Oh yeah, by the way, very beautiful place. It's Santiago. They use it as a scare tactic. They're saying that a lot of the terror problems in the world are financed by small anonymous transactions. So she was saying that there could be a potential of setting it up. Anything below 400 euros would not be tracked, would not be traced. So, but that would be dangerous. So there will be control. And we all knew this would happen. It's interesting the angle they take because they always try to give us like this fear. I told you that saying they use all the time, that never again. And the reason they use something like this is because they want to kind of create a boogeyman. And to solve this and to save everyone from this boogeyman, they need extreme actions. So there's going to be control because, of course, we could have dangerous acts or dangerous things happening in our society if there is not control over the money. And it's really a danger to them because they want total control, and there's lots more things that they want than just money. This is just a simple arm of this machine. This is just many, many different aspects of this machine. The Federal Reserve, the ECB, they are one of the controlling parts of all of this because they are the central bank. They're financing all of it. So when you control the money, then you can't have any kind of opposition. Imagine that, because all of these people seem to have one united ideology. They're not much different in their opinions. And she thought she was talking to zelinky, who must have been in total agreement, and she was very candid. She was open about the fact that they wanted to control the people. It didn't matter what they want, and it was necessary to protect them. So they need to create this idea. And moving forward, there's more than just the money. They said, of course, you will own nothing, you'll be happy, you'll have no privacy, you'll love it, you're not going to go to eat meat, all these things moving forward. So if there's opposition to this and the people want to resist this, cash is a great way to do that. And because, you can't really fund any kind of opposition if you can't use your money. And if they're tracking and tracing all of the ways that money is spent, they're going to know like donations, different things for campaigns, and moving forward, campaigns are going to be a thing of the past. But regardless, it's interesting that she's so candid about this, and let's dig up the video and show you that.
Well, I have a question about, I'm also a good user of electronic money. So my question, you're introducing the electronic euro, as I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How can switching to an electronic currency help?
Well, two things. Number one, it will be decided in October. So we are preparing the ground. We want to be ready. We want to be trained, but it will not be decided until October 23.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm personally convinced that we have to move ahead is a situation like the one we are in now. We are
Mm-hmm.
dependent on the supply of gas by a very unfriendly country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Europe to be dependent on an unfriendly country's currency. For instance, I don't know, the Chinese currency, the Russian currency, the
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or dependent on a friendly currency, but which is activated by a private corporate entity like, Facebook or like Google or anybody like that.
I'm user of Bitcoin too, so I had bought it when it started, and I hope that it also will work through the special system. And I know there are many protests in Europe against the electronic euro. What is the reason?
It's the beauty of Europe. It has different positions. If you ask in Northern Europe, for instance, in the Netherlands, they're quite happy to see the e-euro coming. If you ask a young German man, he'll say, yeah, fine. As I said, I don't want Meta, Google, or Amazon to suddenly come up with a currency that would take over the sovereignty of Europe. I don't want a foreign currency to become the currency of trading within Europe. So we have to be ready.
No, the problem is they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Now we have in Europe this threshold above 1,000 euros, you cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But you know, the digital euro is going to have a limited amount of control. There will be control. You're right. You're completely right. We are considering whether for very small amounts, you know, anything that is around 300, 400 euros, we could have a mechanism where there is zero control. But that could be dangerous. The terrorist attacks on France back 10 years ago were entirely financed by those very small anonymous credit cards that you can recharge in total anonymity.
There you have it. I thank you guys for stopping by and joining us. As always, stay free.